William Tyndale was not burned at the stake because he translated the Bible into English. Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion, and when Tyndale decided he wanted to translate the Bible into English, he first sought out patronage under a bishop named Tunstall in England, and this would have granted his translation the approbation of the crown and the church, but he failed to secure that patronage, and so traveled to mainland Europe, where he could translate and publish the Bible on his own beyond the purview of the crown, and in 1525 published his English translation of the New Testament, which was illegal in England and was smuggled into England. And in that translation, he defied the church's desire that 5 words be translated a certain way. So instead of church, he translated congregation. Instead of priest, he translated elder. Instead of do penance, he translated repent. Instead of confess, he translated acknowledge. And instead of acts of charity, he translated love. And this was a pretty big sticking point and caused him a lot of trouble with some very powerful men, including Bishop Tunstall, Cardinal Wolsey, and Sir Thomas More. But that was not the biggest problem for Tyndale. The biggest problem was that he was publishing other things at the same time, such as the practice of prelates and his response to Sir Thomas More. And he was slinging accusations at the Pope and at the King and at others, and was being accused of heresy because of it. When he was captured and was then interrogated by inquisitors, the main inquisitor, a man named Jacobus Latomus, wrote 3 entire books accusing him of heresy and requested that Tyndale respond in his own books. And we don't have Tyndale's responses, but we do have Latomus's 3 books. And they never once mention translating the Bible into English. In fact, it is all about the Lutheran heresy. In other words, he was promoting Reformation ideologies and dogmas, such as faith alone and things like that. But his inquisitors were just there to see if he would repent of his heresy. They didn't have the power to execute him. He had to be turned over to the Brabantine secular arm, which then accused him of heresy. And again, never once mentioned translating the Bible into English. William Tyndale was executed for the Lutheran heresy, according to every single official piece of documentation that we have and every piece of writing relevant to his trial and execution. And if you'd like to learn more about that process, there's a wonderful paper here entitled "Can Translating the Bible Be Bad for Your Health? William Tyndale and the Falsification of Memory." And it's found in this book, More Than a Memory, The Discourse of Martyrdom and the Construction of Christian Identity in the History of Christianity. But this is published by Peters, which does wonderful work, but makes their books very, very difficult to access. So I would recommend going to academia.edu to find that paper. But in the end, it was the Lutheran heresy promoting Reformation ideologies and dogmas that resulted in Tyndale being burned at the stake. And the fit for this video is bizarro.